Okay, how do I start this thing? It's been a while since I recorded one of these reaction videos, but I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. Green Day has been one of my all-time favorite bands since about 5th or 6th grade, when I first memorized the lyrics to Basket Case. And ever since then, there have been times where I stray away from punk a bit, but I always come back. And often when I'm drawing caricatures at the mall, because I'm a caricature artist, I just put Green Day albums from Dookie all the way through Father of All Motherfuckers. And so I'm definitely an album guy. I enjoy a collective work of music instead of just singles. Regarding this album, I've only heard one song, but I've only heard it once, and this was months ago when it first came out. So I normally like to save most of the music for the album for the first time I hear it. That way it's not like half the album I've already heard. It's way more fun to... It's like seeing a movie. You don't want to see too much of the trailer. Maybe you just want to watch like the 30-second preview instead. So yeah, I'm really stoked to hear this album. I don't really remember what the other songs sounded like. I believe it's the first song. Green Day likes to reinvent themselves for most albums, which I love. Great songwriting and melodies and super catchy. Sometimes really soft, sometimes really aggressive and fast and heavy. And I love all of that, especially the heavy stuff and the fast stuff, but mostly just the really cool melodic stuff. In addition to doing caricatures for a living, I also love doing impressions and singing. I'm not amazing at singing, but I'm decent, and I think I get a pretty good likeness on a lot of people's voices, including Billy Joe. I feel like doing an impression of someone's voice is very similar to doing a caricature of their face, because you're trying to find the essence of it, what's unique and original, what's fun about it, what's kind of funny about it. And so I've often karaoke'd a lot of Green Day songs. So I haven't really looked into what this album is about. I might have read something saying that this album, Saviors, is kind of like their American Idiot 2. I have no idea if that's true. I also thought like 21st Century Breakdown was kind of a sequel to it in a way, like another concept album where there's a story connected through it. Of course, they're inspired by The Who, how they did Tommy. It was their punk rock opera instead of just a rock opera. So I'm pretty excited that I don't know if this has a connecting thread or if it's just a bunch of good songs, if there's a wide variety of songs, if it sounds new and fresh again, whether it is similar to like an older album or if they went a totally new direction with it. But I'm excited to see where this goes. I listened to a couple interviews with Billy Joe, and they didn't really ask any questions about the music of the album, which was weird. They just asked about like their musical history, which most people already know. But I guess it's kind of cool that I don't really know what to expect for this album. I think I'm just going to go in. I don't know if I'm ready yet. Shout out to Ryan Sikora, who's also a caricature artist and made these badass stickers. All right, so if you see me looking at my phone, I'm playing the music from here. I'm not getting distracted. I also will read the lyrics later. I just want to hear it like collectively as a song now, so I don't get distracted by lyrics, because that's how I am, at least. All right, let's do this. This is Saviors. The first track is one that I have heard just once. Don't really remember how it sounds at all, but it's called The American Dream Is Killing Me, and I didn't listen with good headphones either, so The American Dream Is Killing Me. I haven't heard that guitar tone before.
When it's all double talk of conspiracy, the American dream is killing me. Send out an SOS. Let's get it serious. We are not home. Are we not home?
Definitely remember this melody.
American dream is killing me.
Reminds me a bit of the vibe of 99 Revolutions.
Did you ever learn to read the ransom note? The
They're definitely catchy as hell. I mean, this melody's gonna be stuck in my head, I bet.
The American dream is killing me.
Definitely a quintessential song where he's like, say! You know, those Billy Joe sounds. Definitely got a big, like, grandness to it.
The American dream is killing me.
Okay. Quick, fast, fun, catchy, melodic. It doesn't sound like the last album, which they really took like a sideways step with in a really cool way with Father of All Mothers, whereas more of like an 80s kind of like 80s style crossed with a little bit of like 50s style. This is a little bit more of that like American Idiot 21st Century Breakdown sound. So cool. Yeah, this is definitely a song that you hear it. Everyone who knows Green Day is going to know it's Green Day for sure. Good album starter, good energy, fun. And I have a feeling that the rest of the album is going to be a little more unexpected. Potentially, because this is a single. They tend to go a little different on the other stuff that you don't hear on the radio. All right, so next up, we got Look Ma, No Brains. I've definitely seen the thumbnail for this video on YouTube, but I haven't watched it or listened. So let's check it out.
Don't know much about history, 'cause I never learned how to read. Drop out, I'm a knucklehead. Sick boy and I shoot the bed. Maybe I'm in love with the DDA. Maybe I got terminal vertigo.
Again, another quintessential Green Day song.
It's like I'm missing. Look, Mom, I ain't got no brains. I'm a goner, and I don't feel no pain.
It's a different type of melody for him.
And I'm all by myself. Well, I'm gone, and I'm far away.
Oh, cool.
I lost my head, and I'm here to say,
I like that.
I'm growing up. I'm a goner, and I don't feel no pain. I'm stupid, and I'm all by myself.
I mean, it's undeniable, like, how catchy his melodies are.
And I don't need your help.
Whoa. Quick fun. Quick fun and fast. Well, that one I'm sure is really fun to sing, and I'm sure after a couple more listens, I'll be singing a lot of it. It had a couple unexpected things in that one that I haven't really heard him do before, like melodically, and some of the rhythms of the vocals were cool and unexpected. Next up, we got Bobby Sox. So is that the name of a person who's a Red Sox fan or something? All right, so we get 2 songs down, both of them really fun, catchy. I'm wondering, maybe I'm hoping for some unexpected stuff, because normally they do that. They throw that on an album, sometimes a few songs like that. But even if it's just music that is very familiar and just sounds like typical Green Day, I'm still going to love it and play the shit out of it, like hundreds of times. So my standards are high for what would sound like new Green Day, just because I've listened to Green Day for years and love them and have heard their albums over and over and over and over again. So I'm definitely a fan, but I also know, like, oh, what's fresh and new that I haven't heard from them before. But I have a feeling some newer stuff's coming. So let's check out Bobby Sox. Almost sounds like Weezer.
Do you wanna be my girlfriend? I'll take you to a movie that we've already be seen. Or sit at home and watch reruns. There's no other place I wanna be.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. Here's the surprise factor I was hoping for.
Do you wanna be my girlfriend?
Ooh.
Do you wanna be my girlfriend?
Really high in some vocal fry.
Do you wanna be my boyfriend? Walk the cemetery and I'll kiss you again. And make our dead friends blush. Oh, we'll be getting
That sounds a little bit like some of the harmonies from the last album.
You can drive me crazy all over.
This has a little bit of that like 50s style too.
I'll bore you to death. Oh, doesn't matter when we are in love. Do you wanna be my boyfriend?
Oh, I like that he's kind of screaming. That's awesome.
Be my boyfriend. You're not just any type of girl. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's a little bit metal.
My one true love and you're my.
Yeah, this one definitely has a different flair to it than the other two. Ooh, I like those distorted guitar trails.
Do you wanna be my boyfriend?
Those harmonies are really fun.
Wanna be my boyfriend? Do you wanna be my? Do you wanna be my boyfriend? Do you
This is going to be a fun but tough one to sing. Definitely my favorite so far. Yeah, all right. That was an exciting one. Yeah, that was like really high and gritty. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to be my boyfriend? That's a little out of my range. That's pretty high. Shit. I didn't like warm up either. Do you want to be my girlfriend? That's more of like how it is, and then he goes up an octave higher for the chorus. It's crazy. Yeah, that was really fun. That had a lot of like heavy distortion on the guitar. It was kind of slow, but also like heavy. So that was cool. So next up we got One-Eyed Bastard, which I guess could be the name for a tallywhacker. Or maybe it's a pirate who's an asshole. Let's check it out. Isn't this another song? Like by another band?
I'm making an offer that you cannot deny. You won't be laughing when I'm making you cry. 'Cause, oh, I hear the please get louder.
Oh, this part's really cool.
You're gonna beg and cower. Vendetta is a friend of mine. Revenge is sweeter than wine. I never asked for you goddamn feeling. Get on your knees when you are kissing my ring. Bada bang, bada bang, bada boom.
That melody's really fun.
Bang, bada boom.
I wonder if they asked that band's permission to use it, or if they kind of accidentally did the same thing. Parallel thinking, copying, or permission. That's definitely our song. It's like a song from like 10, 20 years ago.
Oh, I hear the please get louder.
That's a lot of reverb on his voice.
You're gonna bang and cower. Bada bang, bada bang, bada boom.
This album's gonna be really fun to sing.
Bada bang, bada bang, bada boom.
Awesome. But yeah, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, what song is that? Ga-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's maybe not even that old. Maybe 5 years ago? A few years ago? Recently? Well, on the last album, I know they took like a chorus from a Joan Jett song, but they had her permission to do it. So maybe this is similar to that. Either way, like a lot of cool, interesting little pieces in that song that had different feelings and put up against each other created a really cool track that cohesively worked really well together. I like it. Yeah, so far, track 3 and 4 are my favorite. All right, Dilemma. I know this is a single too, or just a song that they released. I saw it on YouTube, but I haven't listened to it. So, let's check it out.
Welcome to my problems. It's not an invitation. This is my dilemma.
Sounds a little like surf rock.
And it's my obsession.
Ooh.
I was sober, now I'm drunk.
I like that sour note.
I don't wanna be a dead man again.
Whoa.
Yes, you are my problem.
Ooh.
I just wanna take the poison. I don't wanna be a dead man walking. I don't wanna be a dead man walking. Oh, when I fall asleep tonight on a wing and prayer,
Whoa. That vocal or that guitar tone sounds a little familiar, but also really different for Green Day.
I was sober, now I'm drunk again. I'm in trouble and in love again. I don't wanna be a dead man walking.
Wow. He's hitting some high notes. It's going to be hard to sing along for me. My range isn't super high. I can go pretty low, but wow. Cool. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for, especially the past like 3 tracks. Probably like the first 2 are fairly different too, but I feel like it's a little bit more experimental the past few. Just with like guitar tone. Even the structure of the songs is a little different. And yeah, the vocal harmonies and vocal melodies are a little unexpected. Sometimes you hear something where he does like, that's kind of his signature style to do like a certain type of vocal thing. But I'm hearing stuff I haven't heard him do before, which is pretty crazy considering how many albums they put out. That was fun. Dilemma. Next up, we got 1981. I think I think Billy Joe's quite a bit older than me. I was born in 85. But maybe it's something from his childhood. Let's check it out. 1981.
She's gonna bang her head like 1981. She's gonna bang her head like 1981.
All right, very punk.
She's gonna bang her head like 1981. She's gonna bang her head like 1981. She's throwing punches to the beat, to the sound of cable TV, and she'll never see the world the same. She is a Cold War in my head, and I am East Berlin. Coffee and cyanide for lovers in disgrace. If this is not a test, we got work put in the grave. She's gonna bang her head like 1981.
It's got a real driving pace to it.
She's gonna bang her head like 1981.
Like if you're driving on the highway with the song playing, you got to be going at least 81.
Another time, champagne and party lines. God bless the end of times. Rain, commies and cocaine, slam dancing acid rain. We lived the dream for 15 minutes of fame. She's gonna bang her head like 1981.
I mean, immediately catchy melody.
She's gonna bang her head like 1981.
Oh. What song does that remind me of on American Idiot? Oh shit, it's over. It's over. Or maybe it's off 21st Century Breakdown. I don't know, that could be a lot of songs, but it had the vibe of something else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Goodnight Adeline. I have a feeling this is going to have piano in it. It's going to be soft and slow. And he's going to sing in falsetto or near falsetto. Goodnight Adeline. It's heavier than I thought, but slow.
Can you feel my pain?
His voice sounds like I expected it might.
I'm sick in bed again.
This is his pretty voice.
My head's under my pillow. My spirit's broken and my face is in the gutter singing good night, baby. Let it go.
Ooh, I like that soft drumming.
Days, I'll see you later when I get my shit together singing good night, Adeline. You're gonna say goodbye and let it go.
That definitely sounds like American Idiot, like that album. That and 21st Century Breakdown.
Good night, baby. Let it go. Good night, Adeline. I'm gonna let it go.
That was cool. Some Green Day songs are very soft and slow. I like that it was slow but still heavy. You know, it had some really fun melodies in there. The guitar solo had a little bit more of a metal edge to it too, which is cool. Kind of a nice contrast against the gentleness of his voice. Definitely a distinctive Green Day type of solo where it's not super complex, but it takes a lot of the vocal melody and kind of varies it a bit and adds a little bit more of a little more emotion to it, a little bit more of a pitch bend to some of it than he might do with his voice. Cool. So far we are almost halfway done. So far, super, super solid, fun. Yeah, it definitely is a bit of a throwback to some of the sounds from especially American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown. Probably more than their other albums. So Coma City, not to be confused with Murder City, that's up next. And let's check it out.
Coma City, open your eyes, dead on arrival under smoky skies. Coma City, children at play, back from the chemist to mass on Sunday. Like gunshot, and shooting in the distance. It's on your face and ends with no resistance.
feel. Nice. You always gotta love Trey's drumming. I'm always drumming along when I listen to Green Day, so I'm having to stop myself from drumming. Really fun rhythm into that melody. Coma City, Coma City, Coma City, Coma City, Coma City. Oh, it's kind of a different type of outro than normal. It could have ended, but they kept going in a different direction. I like that. It's cool. Yeah, get it, Trey. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. That was probably one of my favorites. That outro was really awesome. Damn. Yeah, there's always, in a Green Day song, there's always elements you've heard before. And then there's often new things they've never quite done before. I mean, that's just what happens when you make new music, but it's always cool to hear. And also, I'm hearing a song for the first time I'm going to hear hundreds of times, if not thousands of times, over the rest of my life. Hopefully, I have quite a few years left. And so, normally, like the first time you hear a song, you might not really connect to it as much as you do later on. Other times you have a crazy awesome first impression, and then the connection isn't as strong later on. But yeah, there is nothing quite like that first impression. The only downside to doing like a reaction just at home in here is I don't have like a location synced to my memory of hearing it for the first time somewhere else, like in the car or at a park or somewhere else. So, but like when I did Radiohead reactions, I heard a couple albums here for the first time, and then I went out and heard them really for the first time without stopping and without talking. And I do have memories synced to those places, which is cool. But yeah, it's just the pros and cons. Like you can only get one first reaction, but it is also cool to have a first reaction in a cool place. But hopefully you guys enjoyed enough so that it was worth doing this. Corvette Summer. I mean, that just sounds like a very, I was going to say it sounds like a summery song. Stupid. It sounds like that kind of 50s style maybe is coming back because, you know, Corvettes in the summer, that kind of sounds like Grease or something. I don't know when Corvettes were invented, but I imagine they were around back then. But yeah, let's check it out. I have a feeling it might be kind of surf rocky, or maybe even kind of like doo-wop type of 50s rock, or even rockabilly. But let's check it out. Corvette Summer. Sounded like Rock You Like a Hurricane for a second. Cowbell. Sounds very familiar. I'm sure there are some songs that inspired the melody in this. And then he did his own thing with it. Hit me with power chords before you lay me dead. I like that. I gotta have more cowbell. On my rock and roll. Here we go now. Oh, okay. Ooh. Guitar solo with a different feeling than the rest of the song. I like it. a super catchy album.
Drop a bomb on my rock and roll.
Yeah, the beginning and throughout the song when it comes back, where it's like do 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 down 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 do 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 do. Oh no, it reminded me a little bit of The Darkness. I Believe in a Thing Called Love, like the chords in the beginning of that. Down 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 da 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 da. But the Darkness song, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, is a throwback to very 80s style songs. Yeah, some other like Joan Jett type stuff, like what is it? Put a quarter in the jukebox. Shit. The song about put another. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. That kind of slow, heavy, distorted guitar of like that kind of 80s sound is definitely prevalent on this album. So next up we got Suzie Chapstick. I am kind of a chapstickaholic myself. I always need chapstick with me. If I don't have it, my lips are dry. I'm thirsty all day. There's nothing more prominent in my mind than how dry my lips are. I think I got hooked back when I was a kid. You know, my parents got me addicted to chapstick. So let's see if Suzie is also addicted to chapstick. Suzie Chapstick.
Will I ever see your face again? Not just photos from an Instagram. Will you say hello from across the street? From a place and time we used to meet. Sometimes everything just grows apart. Broken pieces from a busted heart.
Definitely a very gentle song.
Not even the drugs seem to work. Living in the shadows where we live.
Could be wrong, but it sounds like an electric acoustic guitar, and he's playing like full chords instead of just like power chords.
Comes up to shine. Outside my window there is nothing but a sky. It's just
I don't know what this reminds me of, but this doesn't really sound like Green Day. Yeah, that sounds like someone totally different. That's cool. Almost sounds like modern day The Strokes. This right here is a feeling I've never felt when listening to Green Day. It's awesome. Yeah, it had a little bit of like the softer edge of the Strokes sometimes, but also felt like very, very dreamy, kind of surreal. Maybe even some of like Radiohead when it's more like Hail to the Thief type stuff, or In Rainbows. I love when bands that I love try different things that make it sound not quite like them. It basically kind of expands their palette in which they're working with and keeps them exciting and fresh instead of just repeating themselves over and over and over again. Green Day definitely does some things that are always Green Day, which you could see as repetitive, but also if they change too much, would you still even think of them as Green Day? But this is like this song I think felt like one of the most different, distinctive feelings I've ever gotten from listening to a Green Day song. Like they've done a bunch of stuff that's soft and gentle, but this felt more like you're just like laying there on the beach. The sun's out. It's not too hot. You can feel the breeze and just kind of like laying there and you're maybe in a lovey-dovey mood with a partner and just kind of laying there listening and breathing and smelling. Kind of felt like a very, very relaxing vibe, which is cool. We still have 5 songs left. That's awesome. If that were the last song of the album, would have already been a super solid, awesome album. So another 5 songs? Hell yeah. Let's do it. Strange days are here to stay.
We stumble down the avenue like fairy dust and ballyhoo. They promised us forever, but we got less. There's no such thing as promises, just secret codes from alphabets.
It's a little bit of that like palm muting and basket case. It's a different rhythm.
These are the best of times, twisting and borrowed times. These are the loneliest of times. Strange days are here to stay.
Ooh, fun little guitar run.
It hasn't been the same. Grandma's on the fentanyl.
Oh.
Strange days are here to stay. Well, this
I like that they only did that little guitar run, like just the beginning of it.
Strange days are here to stay.
Here it comes.
Everyone is racist and the Uber's running late. I just lost my sense of humor. Jay-Z killing baby boomer now.
I like that little bit of tension and that feeling.
I can't see this ending well. Now that it's too late. Strange days are here to stay.
Nice.
Ever since
I like the pause with the unexpected, like when they're coming back in.
all the magnet going mental. Grandma's on the fentanyl now. Strange days are here to stay.
This is an easy one to sing.
Strange days are here to stay.
Strange days are here to stay.
Strange days are here to stay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot to pause it. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy how you can have a sound and a style and like take a lot of those elements and still make it different every time. That's just really cool. Just the fact that they're still doing it and still making new music and it's still a little surprising is crazy. Living in the 20s. Living in the 20s. Are they going to make it sound like it's from the 20s? That would be interesting. That would be kind of like lounge, swing, maybe. We'll see. Some nice distortion.
I got my statue and I'm blowing the lotto. Congratulations, best of luck and blessings. We're all together and we're living in the 20s.
This is awesome.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
A little bit of like horseshoes and hand grenades feeling.
I got a buzz like a murder hornet. Congratulations, best of luck and blessings. We're all together and we're living in the 20s. Salutations on another era. My condolences. Ain't that a kick in the head?
Definitely the feeling of the hives.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Whoa.
Congratulations, best of luck.
That was a short but sweet, like
We're all together.
heavy rock solo. That's awesome.
Another era. Ain't that a kick in the head? Ain't that a kick in the head? Ain't that a kick in the head?
That was awesome. You gotta love when you already know what he's saying and then he'll repeat it, but getting more and more like garbled and distorted with it. Like, ain't that a kick in the head? Just becomes less words and more about the sound and the feeling of it. That was fun. Yeah, it definitely had that like, I'm not fucking around kind of feeling to it. That was awesome. Well, it sounded nothing like the 20s, but it was good stuff. And I'll check out the lyrics later, you know. Father to a son. Interesting. I know he's a father to a son. I know he's also a son to a father. I'm kind of like a father to my father. No, not really. All right. Father to a son. My feeling would be sweet. I should have called it. Probably going to have acoustic guitar in it.
Is there
Piano, nice.
anything I can
Is this going to be a ballad? Is it already a ballad?
where your heart is heading to?
Ooh. Strings. Oh, it's the Beatles.
Where's the where your heart is heading to? A place you want
When you hear enough Green Day, sometimes you have an instinct for where it's going.
to.
Plus, he's also really good at establishing a rhythm and then mimicking that. Ooh, that was fun.
Anything I can
This is like Hey Jude, November Rain or something. It's definitely a ballad. That was cool. Yeah, that had some like Beatles, Guns N' Roses. Oh, it also reminds me a little bit of a Pearl Jam song. Do 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 do. I don't know, something like that. At the end of the song. You guys know what song that is. If you know Pearl Jam, and I know Pearl Jam, I just not great at names of songs. And it's been a while since I listened to them. Anyway, really cool. I think they took stuff like Time of Your Life, Wake Me Up When September Ends, and decided to explore that area and went a little bit more like Beatles-esque, a little more symphonic. All right, so we only have 2 songs left, including Saviors from the Saviors album. So this is the, what do they say, eponymous song from the hip-hop eponymous. Saviors, let's check it out. Sounds like 80s rock.
We got a feeling like a flicker of light, out of sight, but like a halo. We're all
It's definitely going to drop and his voice is going to go back to normal.
out of you. It's not
Not yet.
heroic, brutal crime. Fall in love and fall in line. We're all faster like a viral echo to pass the time. Calling all saviors
There we go.
tonight. Will somebody save us tonight?
It might be the same effect he had on American Girl, not American Girl.
We got all the fiction that's worth believing.
Oh, that's like 2 guitar solos at the same time. Must have double tracked it.
Call it all safe.
I like that he didn't say tonight, since that had already been said every other line. Yeah, he had that kind of similar effect on his voice for like pretty much all the verses as he had in not American Girl. That's a Lenny Kravitz song. Anyway, it was a cool vocal effect to have on his voice for half the track. Fancy Sauce. Well, it's a 4-minute long song. How are they going to end it? Is it going to be fast and heavy? It's going to be triumphant? Is it going to be more of a ballad? What kind of fancy sauce are they going to put on this song? That's what I'm curious about. Let's check it out. Starting very soft and quiet and slow.
Take me to the end, called the loony bin, somewhere I can rest my head and take it on the chin. Flowers all in bloom in my rubber room, scratching at the wallpaper in my solitude. Everybody's crazy,
True.
getting stoned and lazy, as we all die young someday.
Ooh, it's a cool different tone.
Howling
Drumsticks.
at the moon in the afternoon. Watch the evening news 'cause it's my favorite cartoon. Gonna join a cult, do a somersault. Everyone's a victim and it makes me wanna puke. I'm so famous, you're the one that's famous. Everybody's famous, stupid and contagious, as we all die young someday.
Ooh, I like the fast-moving solo over the slow track. Something about the slow tempo of this that just makes it sound even more epic. This is almost like the type of guitar solo you'd hear in a Radiohead song. It's cool. Whoa. That was a cool ending to an album. It had kind of that slow feeling to it, started gentle, got heavy, was funny, was one of the funnier tracks lyrically, I'd say, in a Green Day song. That makes me think of like Walking Contradiction. That was always one of the funniest ending tracks to an album on the Insomniac album. Yeah, this was cool. So as an album, whoa, yeah. It's kind of crazy, like, it almost doesn't seem real that this is out. I've been waiting for it for a while, definitely since they announced it a few months ago, and it's almost like expected that there's always going to be a new Green Day album, but I always still try to, like, really give it the time and attention every time a new one comes out, because you never know with them. This was one of the more experimental ones, I'd say. Like Uno, Dos, and Tre were a little more straightforward, just really fun, a ton of songs. Revolution Radio went a little bit more back towards American Idiot, 21st Century Breakdown, Father of All Mothers was like way more towards like the Foxborough Hot Tubs, one of their side projects, which is a bit more like 50s style. And this had that as well. It had fast, heavy, funny, melodic. Lyrically, it seemed pretty fun and interesting. Overall, as an album, really liked it. And I'm sure I'll listen to it at least 500 more times over the next few years and beyond. So yeah, let me know if you think I was spot on with some of the comparisons of, oh, this sounds like that, or wait, isn't this that song a little bit? And stuff like that. Like, what did you think? Where do you think some of their inspirations are for this album? And what makes this album sound unique to you? Did I miss anything? Was there anything about this album that was clearly like, oh, this is influenced by this musical genre you didn't even mention? I've had a first reaction to every other Green Day album, but I wasn't able to record it or didn't think to record it. So this was interesting, being able to hear a Green Day album for the first time and capture it and talk about it instead of just thinking about it and experiencing and feeling it. So yeah, if you're looking for something else to watch, feel free to check out some of the other reaction videos on this channel. I also have tons of other stuff, including original songs that I've made, song covers, impressions, caricature videos, because that's what I do for a living. So thanks for watching. That was fun. And I got to go to work and draw some faces. Funny. And funnier than they already look. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.